Capricorn, the message that I'm getting for you today is that there is security coming your way. And the card that came out to represent the theme of your reading is security. And on the bottom, we have the words insecure and safe. So the expression of the energy security in its highest polarity is safe. And its lowest expression, its lowest polarity, or the shadow side of it, is insecurity. Spirit is saying there is something that has made you feel unsafe or unsettled. Maybe this is housing or in a job situation or even a relationship that has put your security into question. And the energy is taking a turn to reassure you that you are safe and that you are held by Spirit, but that you are actually materially safe in some context you've been worrying about. When I was sitting with your energy, the things that came to me is that you are getting real poised with something. There was something that was bothering you, and it was on your mind constantly. Maybe it's still on your mind quite a bit, but not as much as before. It's like you're being strict with yourself. You're harnessing your ruler's energy, Saturn, and saying, enough's enough. I'm not going to let that drag me down. And I even wrote, I'm not going to let that break me or bother me anymore. I'm going to give just enough energy to this thing that's trying to make me feel insecure, or that is making me feel insecure. And not all of my energy. I'll just give it what it requires or what it needs. So there's something about you distributing your energy in a much more powerful way that supports you and your path. And I saw that you're doing something with your hands. I don't know what this is. I mean, our hands do a lot of things in the day when it comes to the things we create and what we work on. But there's something about your hands. Take care of them, okay? Because it feels like whatever they touch, there's a certain kind of intention behind it that's getting put out there into the world. So even if you're typing away on something or on the keyboard around something, there's some kind of energy that's flowing through your hands. At least that's how I'm seeing it. Then I got the direction west and the letter M. But I feel like the biggest message so far, and we're going to get the tarot out and see what else is going on for you, is this turn towards feeling safe and secure. Okay, something that rattled you will rattle you no more. And it's partly because something's happening over there, and we're going to find out what's happening to cause that shift in the energy. But the other part of it is you're not allowing it to rattle you anymore. You're not allowing it to hold such a claim on your life or your energy or your thoughts. You're making the decision to feel safe and secure by putting your energy in places where it needs to go. Okay? So let's see what else we get for you, Capricorn. Let's see the energies that are supporting you. Willpower. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you have a new sense of willpower, and you always do, Capricorn. You have a lot of that. But there's something about this particular situation that was really challenging your willpower, your divine willpower, to say enough is enough. I'm seeing Taurus on this card. Maybe you have Taurus energy in your chart, or that Taurus energy is really important to help ground you. Taurus does represent security and safety. Okay, so look in your chart. What house does Taurus rule? Are there any planets in Taurus? Because that's the energy that's supporting you right now. Let's see the energy that is challenging you. Learn the truth. Something hidden. And this is a challenge because you know something is hidden. You sense it intuitively. Maybe you've seen bits and pieces of the truth. And it's challenging you because there's a desire to uncover something, but perhaps in that investigation, you start putting a disproportional amount of energy towards something that has been bothering you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you get focused in on it. But I do feel like also the challenge is that there is still something that you haven't quite discovered yet, or you haven't seen. Now, I don't feel intuitively that you need to go digging for it. It's more of it's going to come to light as long as you exercise that willpower to take back your energy, to reclaim your energy from this situation that has you feeling unsafe or insecure, or rocking you somehow on your stability. So let's see the outside energy, Capricorn. I'm also going to get some more oracle cards on top of these ones, just to get further information, and then we'll do tarot. Ooh, outside energy is karmic justice. So two things here. We'll see what it is as the reading clarifies, but the first is that somebody outside of yourself, or a situation outside of yourself, is experiencing karmic justice. Okay? The other thing is that they could be seeking karmic justice. So we'll see how it clarifies. Let's look in further. Tell me more about this karmic justice for the outside energy for Capricorn. This person might have some questions about a shift or a change that's recently happened. Journey and tears. Okay, they're experiencing karmic justice. They're experiencing tears. It's been a journey, highs and lows, times where they thought they were coming out on top, and other times where they felt beneath themselves is what I'm getting. They felt beneath themselves. Maybe this person or this organization or this company or whatever it is, you place it where it needs to go, did things that they didn't think they would do. That they were doing things that were beneath them. Well, clearly it wasn't beneath them, because they did do something here. It's caused some tears for them and for you. Okay, let's find out more about your willpower for Capricorn. Capricorn's willpower. This is the Poesis Oracle. I'm also using the Talisman Oracle, and then I'm going to use the Runic Tarot, and this card is from the Soul Mirror Oracle. Okay, let's see. Willpower, Spirit. Tell me more about Capricorn's willpower. Ooh, lots coming out here. This has been a work of art for you to harness this higher level of willpower now. We have feel, desire, shadow, noise, and disillusion. And these three came out together. That's what I'm saying. This situation, this shadow side of security, this insecurity, has been creating a lot of noise and disillusionment in your life, maybe fracturing the way you saw your path unfolding, or fracturing the sense of yourself in some way. But it's caused a lot of stress and anxiety, a lot of noise. And the good part about this situation is that it has asked you to look at your shadow side, the parts of you that maybe were triggered by this situation, or that resisted looking at something in relation to this situation. Whatever it is, you've grown from this. And I do feel like it was quite painful, not a fun time, okay? That's for sure. There were growing pains involved. But you looked at your shadow, and this is what helped give you that willpower. Okay, you were able to hold things back that typically you wouldn't have. Maybe you would have snapped or done something more vicious than that in this situation had it not been for encountering and looking at your shadow and understanding what is a useful reaction in this situation and what is not, because you do understand that. And I feel like your willpower is unparalleled, meaning this person, I don't know if they have the same type of willpower you do. And ultimately, that's what puts you back in that position of safety. So feel and desire. Now, I will say that whatever is going on here, this situation, it is linked to a deeper desire within you to feel safe and secure. And this situation has brought up some of those wounds around safety and security, or some of those ego identifications you have to security to the surface. Okay? So when somebody questioned you in a way that made you feel unstable or changed your circumstances or something happened, all those wounds around desiring and wanting to feel secure in your life got brought to the surface, which heightened the effects of this situation, heightened the anxiety, heightened the stress, understandably so. But I feel like you understand that now, or you're learning to understand that. This has really helped you determine what security and safety means to you and how you can give it to yourself. Okay, beyond societal expectations, beyond family expectations, beyond relationship expectations. Okay, you are, I'm hearing, settling the score, but you're also setting things up the way you want them to be set up, not how others do. I don't know what that means exactly, but that's what I'm getting for you, Capricorn. Okay, let's learn more about the truth as the challenge. Learn the truth. What is this, Spirit, that's challenging? Ooh, we have love and change. Well, this situation is changing the way you think about love. It could be self-love even. But there's something about the complexity of love here. Your ideas around that are changing. Let's get a couple more since we have so much out for the support. Tell me more about this. Learn the truth with love and change. Freedom. Oh, you're freeing yourself from an old story. An old story when it came to love. You're freeing yourself from an old story when it came to love. So tell me, Spirit, what is the truth? What is the truth? Open, wisdom, womb, and hold. You've been keeping something inside of you, very protected. You've been holding on tightly to something and not quite sharing it with someone or others in general. The truth is, whatever's happened here is allowing you to open up and trust your inner wisdom. And I feel like, Capricorn, this is you expressing yourself more, telling someone what you need, being able to evaluate yourself more fully in your own actions and your own perspective. Yeah, and I feel like you're more honest with yourself about what you need and what you will and won't accept. And this situation that's happened may not be related to love at all, this situation that made you feel insecure, although it could be. But if it's not about that, it's still changing your ideas around love and how you express that, honestly. Okay, so let's get into the tarot and see what else Spirit has to say for you, Capricorn. Capricorn, Spirit, tell me more for Capricorn. It's interesting too, because the hoodie I wore today says courageous with this tiger on it. You might be seeing a lot of tigers lately, or maybe that's an animal spirit to tap into. But it does feel like you have some newfound courage. I just saw the Ace of Swords, to speak your truth and to live by your truth. And you generally do, but there's this one situation that kind of got you out of sorts. Maybe something took you by surprise here. There was definitely something being hidden from you. Capricorn. Okay, let's see. Some of you are really tired, and that's okay. You're doing a lot. Not only are you doing a lot in your life, but you're also transmuting energy. You're shifting for sure with this willpower. Okay, so remember that message from Spirit to distribute your energy in a way that actually supports you. Don't give so much energy to something that is sucking you dry or bringing you down or making you feel insecure. Now, some things need to be addressed, but you're going to have to compartmentalize whatever that is so that you can take charge of yourself. Okay? I love this energy, though, for what I'm seeing so far. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, Capricorn, this is a big shift for you. 5 of Pentacles, see? That's that insecurity. You are coming from a place of feeling like you're on the outs, or you've hit rock bottom, or you're about to. It's been a struggle. You've been wounded. Okay? But man, are you having a comeback? Yeah, I'd say this is a huge comeback, for sure. Now, I want to ask, before I tell you your cards, which are amazing, I want to ask about this outside energy, the karmic justice, the journey. What is this? Who is this? 5 of Wands. Someone who feels like their back is up against the wall. They're in some kind of conflict here. What else can you tell me about this energy? Ace of Pentacles. Maybe they've missed an opportunity. Or they've offered you something and it's coming back around to bite them in the butt. I don't know what that's about. King of Swords. This person or situation, whatever it is, it's almost like there's a sense of entitlement or that they deserve something. It's like, I can see that Ace of Pentacles and I know it's mine. I know that's mine and I should be able to have it. But something's happened here, this journey with tears, that has made it very difficult to get what they want. And that's because there's some kind of karma involved with whatever's going on here. So I don't know if this is the person who's caused you grief or something else, but whoever it is, it's not going well for them. Page of Wands. It may be because you've said something or you've delivered some news, or you could have heard from them recently. Or you will. I just saw the Chariot. Okay, let's see. Your overall energy is the Star. This is feeling very supported, very held by Spirit and by your higher self. The Star card is definitely feeling safe, healing, feeling like you can fight the battle, no problem, and win. Okay? There's a feeling of not being scared anymore, not feeling threatened anymore. There's something unique that you've done in this situation that has helped you. Can I get any more on this for Capricorn? Queen of Pentacles, security, safety. It's grounding yourself. There could also be someone around you that you've been able to lean on. Okay, maybe this is Taurus energy, or maybe this is another earth sign. Doesn't have to be, but it could represent you as well. This feeling of stability, like, okay, I see everything is starting to crumble. People are coming at me. All this stuff is happening to me. But what would happen if I shift my mindset into thinking this is happening for me? Okay, and I feel like maybe in the beginning there was this righteous justice that was pushing you, like, I'm going to prove them wrong, I'm going to prove myself wrong, I'm going to make this work, I have to make this work. But the shift has come where it's now like, this is working for me. This is my comeback. This is how I restabilize myself, is by dealing with this situation appropriately. And that word is like, it keeps coming through, appropriate, distributing the energy appropriately, proportionately, exercising my willpower. It's very healing for you. And I feel like whatever happened in the past, and maybe this is even in childhood here, where there was a desire to feel secure and safe, you're doing something, whatever you're doing now is helping heal that old wound in addition to whatever this is. Okay, now what you don't see coming, Capricorn. the sun. I mean, that's amazing. There's absolute clarity. The truth that you need to learn will absolutely be shown to you. Everything under the sun, you know? This is positivity, growth, feeling better about yourself, health, feeling revitalized, and also clarity and truth. So let's see what's going on here with the sun. The star and the sun right beside each other. I mean, Capricorn, give yourself a pat on the back, really. Hasn't been easy, but man, did you show up for the challenge? Yeah, 6 of Wands. Did you show up for the challenge and win? Victory, accomplishment, the sun and the victory card. It's more than the odds are in your favor. Okay, this is yours, this win, this victory, this growth, this healing energy. Holding your head up high and saying, I made it, I did it, despite all of this. I love this, Capricorn. So I don't know, there's some big win coming through for you. And it's a public victory, the 6 of Wands. It's other people seeing how well you're doing and how you've gone through a battle and overcome it, or gone through it and come out the victor. It's kind of remarkable because I feel like at the start of whatever this was, it was a lot harder energetically. Like it was weighing on you pretty badly. Yeah, I just asked, is that what this person or this outside energy wanted? And I got the 9 of Cups, which is the wish card. Yes, this other person wanted something to weigh down on you, or this outside energy, whatever that is. There's some outside force that wanted to see you feel destabilized. And maybe that is exactly why they're having karmic justice, because that's not a good thing, right? You shouldn't wish that on people. If you wish that on someone else, you're wishing it on yourself, ultimately, in the grand scheme of things. And that's exactly what's happened to them. Okay? So they are getting their wish, but now it's them who's receiving this instability and insecurity. Not you. Not you anymore. Okay. Your opportunity is the Hermit. This is the willpower energy. Lots of earth coming through it in your reading. This is being meticulous, being reflective, going within, finding that inner wisdom, and being able to know what is your shadow and what is logical, clear, rational from your higher self, and intuitive, and what is, not. You have a good hold on that. You have a good understanding of your situation, and I feel like you are seeing things quite clearly, and it's only about to get clearer with the sun. So tell me more about the Hermit for your opportunity. Now, there is also an opportunity here to be quiet, maybe indefinitely or until the time is right. Say less, okay, than you think you ought to. Not because you can't speak your truth, but because it's almost as if someone's about to fall on their own sword. So let that happen. 2 of Swords. Be very thoughtful and intentional when making decisions and before you speak in relation to this situation. You have a lot of information. Use it wisely. This could be spiritual information. It could just be life experience or actual literal information about something, but use that wisely. Be judicial in what you decide to do, because there is a question of karmic justice in this situation. So even though this other person looks to be on the crap end of it, okay, of the karmic justice, it's still, that energy is still in play, it's like circulating. So if you do something that tips the scales from a place of ego or shadow or some wound, then it may be the case that you experience some karma too. So I feel like Spirit's just saying here, your opportunity is to be very thoughtful, a little bit reserved, and let somebody receive what they're receiving rather than trying to twist the knife, you know? Okay. 6 of Cups for the challenge. The past. It could be something about family as well. Let's see more about this. The challenge, the past. Now, this is a card of nostalgia, but it could also just be memories in general or past behaviors. Temperance, healing the past is the challenge. Alchemizing the past. And also acting from a more tempered state more than you did in the past. I said that, right? In the past, maybe you would react in a certain way. Well, you're not going to do that now, but it doesn't mean it's not challenging. Okay, it's a shift. And anytime we learn new things or get into new habits, it's hard. We have to break patterns. But tell me a little bit more here about why this is the challenge. There might be something that happened and you don't actually see this wrong being righted in this situation. It may be the case that you don't see the full karmic justice that's happening, but it doesn't mean it's not happening. This might be a challenge for you. You may want to see something happen so it feels like the situation has come to an end, or it's closed, or you've gotten the healing that you need. But Spirit's saying it's happening regardless of whether you see it or not. 8 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Enjoy the shift. You've worked hard for it. And again, this goes back to the learn the truth energy. It's like, let the truth come to you rather than going digging for it and trying to figure out like how you can get that past energy to be revealed. You know what I'm saying? Because there's something about you missing your opportunity to have the shift if you just stick back and say, well, I'm going to push this, or I'm going to stay invested in this as so that I can see what happens to someone else, or I don't know exactly. But what I'm seeing here is Spirit saying you've worked really hard for this Wheel of Fortune, for this change. So don't miss it by trying to heal the past here. Allow the healing to happen naturally as it will. And maybe not everything that's gone on in the past can be healed. And that's okay. Okay? So your advice is the 7 of Wands. I just saw 2828. That could be an important number for someone. Standing your ground. Holding your barriers and your boundaries. This also feels like you coming in and shaking things up, okay? It's like once you do decide, okay, this is appropriate for me to actually say something or do something. I've made that decision carefully and I'm going to actually do this thing now. Man, are you heard? You come out of the cave and onto the cliff of the mountaintop and you really tell it like it is, or you show people what you've overcome, what you've gone through, and how you have been victorious and successful. I'm hearing there's a truth you know, only you know it. I don't know. There's a truth you know, only you know it. But something about needing to live with it. I don't know what that means for everyone. Maybe take it. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it. Okay, tell me more about the 7 of Wands for Capricorn's guidance. Three of Wands. Your vision. This is you saying, this is my vision. It's my way or the highway. And not from like an ego perspective, but like, I'm not walking anyone's path. Okay? You can take that path. Take your highway. Go somewhere else. The way I decide to live my life and feel stable and secure now, it's going to happen my way. Okay? So don't get egotistical about this though, because it can go that way if you're not careful. Think about my way or the highway as being like, I need to be in alignment with myself, and anything that comes into my life that tries to make me feel insecure or that creates instability and insecurity in me, I will either transmute that situation so it works for me, or I will remove that situation and it can hit the highway. You know, it's that energy that Spirit's telling you to step into. Something is definitely coming towards you here with this security and safety. Can we get a little more on that? What is this that's coming in? Death and the Page of Pentacles. A transformation in in life in general, but there's a new skill you're learning. Could be a new trade. There's a new journey here for sure with the Page of Pentacles. A new hobby, a new skill, a new job, a new discipline, a new trade. There's something you're gaining that is lifelong lasting, okay? Some skill. Can I get a little bit more about what this skill is? For Capricorn, King of Cups. And then I got the Five of Pentacles underneath that. Yeah, it's about, there's actually something physical and tangible happening, like a new career path or something like that, or a new you're going back to school, or you're learning something here. You're doing something valuable that's going to transform your life, for sure. Opening up a new business, approaching dating in a different way. You're doing something very grounded, or you're putting your money where your mouth is. You're doing something here. But on top of that, there's another kind of skill that you're gaining, and that has to do with your emotions and how you express them, your wants, your needs, your desires, your feelings, and not letting this feeling of lack or insecurity to rule over your intuition and the way that you feel and the way that you see the world. There's a lot of maturity that's happening here. There's also a greater sense of security when it comes to your heart and love, and knowing who you will open your heart to and who you won't. And perhaps in the past you opened your heart when you felt insecure, so someone else could make you feel secure. Or maybe you opened your heart from a place of optimism and it got walked all over. I'm not sure, okay? But either way, whatever happened for you in love that was difficult, you've grown from that and you've learned a lot from that. And you have more authority now when it comes to not only expressing your heart, but by living your life through your heart, by letting your heart lead the way. Okay, I love that. It's very powerful. Maybe you didn't trust your heart in the past to lead the way, but now you're learning that. Okay, the outcome for you. I'm also going to do an extended reading. In the extended, I'm going to go a layer deeper. We're going to see what else is underneath all of this. I'm going to dig more into this karmic justice piece over here. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description box below. If you're not interested in it or you can't go there, trust Spirit knew that already and didn't leave you hanging, gave you everything you needed right here. Okay, so only go there if you're guided. The Empress for your outcome. More earth energy here. This is creation, taking that shift, that change that we saw in the Wheel of Fortune and spinning gold with it. Deciding what you want to create, what you want to foster, what you want to bring into this life, and knowing that you're abundant and safe and secure. The Empress, it's the epitome of security because she creates for herself from herself. Okay, the abundance she has comes from within. And that's exactly what's happening with you. And I feel like whoever or whatever happened, and if somebody tried to do you dirty, which the cards are suggesting, man, it's not going according to plan. In fact, it's really turned out in your favor. Okay? 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups and the Empress. Celebration, rejoice, happiness, learning how to create for yourself, from yourself, forever, for the long term. Knowing your value, putting yourself at the head of the table, okay? Being around people who value you, and not letting that situation or other situations that may pop up in the future rock your sense of stability. That's not going to happen anymore, Capricorn. Because of your willpower, you're not going to let that happen. And someone's getting their just desserts for that. All right, that's what I have for you. I hope that helped. I mean, damn, it would help me. All right. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.